So much issues about the budget year in, year out almost, if not exactly the same. But while the Minister of Finance, the coordinating minister, was doing some sort of presentation about the 2014 budget, and she sent this transcript, and he was talking about how do we come off this rancorous situation? Do we have an independent panel of experts, independent of the legislature and the executive arm of government, wherein they just go in, sit down, decide on the benchmark, present it, and whatever they say is the benchmark, we just implement? What do you suggest we do to curb all this?
The issue is not the benchmark, because even as of today, right, you can even argue that your benchmark, though you're saying your benchmark is 77 or 70, your actual benchmark is actually more like 100. Because why? Because you have a deficit on your production level. And this is why, sometimes when we speak on these issues, I think a lot of people don't know how severe or how precarious our situation is. We're at $107 per barrel, and we're not saving. It is disturbing. At $107, we're not saving. And the reason why we're not saving is because the production level is low. You hear oil theft. You hear lack of transparency. You hear pipeline damage. You hear all sorts of things. But you are talking about 400,000, 500,000 barrels. For as long as we run that level of deficit on our production, forget benchmark. That benchmark is not realistic. Because at the end of the day, at the end of fact, you find that they're augmenting. And that is why you've seen the reserve crash to about, I think now it's less than 2 billion. And it's only once that the states, I think in the last 7 months, have shared excess crude. It's not like in those days where people used to complain that the states they've got $1 billion today, $1 billion in 2 months, they're sharing excess crude. They have not.
Why is that?
Because the revenues are low. The production level that we're doing, this is why it's so worrying, and we don't see that it's an emergency. If at 107 we're not saving as a nation, there is problem, and the reason why the problem is that the production level is low. Why are we losing? Now everybody says oil theft is pipeline. I think that it's an area, and that is for as long as that continues, and we don't address it and really get to the bottom of it. I mean, I find it difficult to see how you can be bunkering 400,000 barrels a day. Now they claim that in some cases there's been shut down because of this. Look, whatever it is something that needs national discussion.
Yeah, but Senator, I mean, even before this oil theft rose to an alarming proportion, some say that the impression out there is that governors were just averse to us saving. They said they had legal issues, and why would you save money when we need funds to develop infrastructure? Yeah. So the question of saving was always controversial.
Yeah, but the point is that what I'm saying now is that I'm sure if you go and find out, 60% or 70% of the states today are borrowing money to pay salaries. It's local governments now. I was back home recently, and one of the local government chairman was saying that this month was really bad. Majority of those local governments, something is not done. You begin to see that a lot of them will not be able to pay the salaries. Even at and you must ask, even at that is at 107. Now maybe this month there was no augmentation, but whether there was augmentation or no augmentation, there is a serious problem. I mean, if states are actually borrowing to pay salaries at 107. So what I'm saying, forget that 77. They're actually running at 107, because by the time they augment, which they normally do, and they're having this kind of challenges. So that is why whatever we need to do to bring that production up, whether political will, transparency, accountability, wherever we see leakages in the revenue, we must work hard to bring it in. Because the situation is that precarious.
Really